side. Welcome back. Also, I'm not sure this is Chris's, but if anyone lost an R2D2 earring, we have this. I am lost and found. Anyone? Okay, great. We'll ask at every panel. It was really nice on you, though. It's an R2D2 earring. No? Okay. Oh, good catch. Good catch. Whew. So how's it going? Is it weird? Oh, you want to turn that on?
Check.
There you go.
Yeah, it's good.
When's the last time you worked at a convention? You went to a convention? Unity Days 2?
Pre-pandemic?
Pre-pandemic, for sure.
Yeah.
Were you Unity Days the last one, the 4th? I don't even remember either, to be honest with you. It's been a while, it's been a while. So again, congratulations on getting married. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, you and the missus have been together for 13 years?
Oh wow, you went further. We've been together for 11 years.
11 years, wow.
This time.
That's, yeah, nice job.
Thanks. Well, we were set for 2020.
Oh.
And then 2021.
Same.
And then now 2020.
And then now, yeah. That's, well, you know what, better late than never, right?
Got it done.
You got done. So you have done quite a few roles outside of the 100, and I have some fun games and trivia for you to remember. Name this TV movie, Chris. When Hubert decides to open the world's largest drive-in movie theater across the street from a funeral parlor, a feud erupts between the owners. Name that film you were in.
The Flamingo Rising.
He got it! Nice!
Which none of you have seen because it only exists on VHS.
Oh wow, that's that old.
And it's very old.
Do you remember your character's name?
Abraham.
Wow, you're like 2 for 2.
Thanks, John.
Let me tell you, Jared was 0 for 0. So that's okay.
Well, it's Jared.
It's Jared. It's Jared. I'm going to name a character from a previous project, and you tell me what it's from. AJ Hawks.
Cooper and Stone.
Wow, I cannot stump this guy, you guys. I hope you guys have some good
I
questions.
don't have many TV and film. I do more theater than TV and
Okay.
film, so
All right.
it's a smaller list.
Tell us about the time you were on the reboot of 90210.
I played a reporter who's like snooping outside. Who's the lead girl? Yeah, snooping outside of her place.
Oh, not
and then
creepy.
and then Matt Manager comes and slams me against the car.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was it?
That was it.
Okay, great. But you were in the reboot also of Tales of the City with Laura Linney, which is amazing. Did anyone see the reboot of Tales of the City? Excellent.
All 2 of you.
Well, you had quite the cast. You had Elliot Page, you had Laura Linney. What was it like working on that show?
Strange, because everyone was so nice, like such high-profile people, but everyone was so chill.
Yeah.
And it was Olympia Dukakis' like her last thing, and she just passed away last week.
Wow. You worked with the icons. Yeah. But no pressure.
No pressure.
Did that film in Canada as well?
No, I'm from New York.
Oh.
It's nice shooting in New York, like any excuse to get to New York.
It's true. And so tell us about your music projects, because you've had a lot. Are you still working at the same band? Tell us where we can find your music.
I made albums in my bedroom on GarageBand. And I'm working on one now that I hope to get out this fall.
Nice.
No one listens. It's called Carrie Hatchet. That's like what I go under.
See, you got some Carrie Hatchet fans.
Got 3.
Yeah, it's good. By the way, where are your parents? Are they here?
I was like, where's my mom?
Yeah.
Why are they not even here?
Oh.
They're probably in line for Bob or something.
You're not even at your own solo panel. I love that. They're like starstruck. Yeah. Like, ooh, where's Bellamy?
Okay, because they know, they're like, I know that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of all of the looks and haircuts. Oh, they are here? Hi, Mom. Welcome. Of all of the 7 seasons, sorry, 6? 5? Shoot, sorry. 5 seasons. We know the answer is the week, but what has been your favorite Monty look and outfit over all 5 seasons?
It was nice in 5, because Jason was like, no, your hair has been the same for so long. We're going to take it like high and tight.
Nice.
So that was a nice change. Outfit?
I mean, they're pretty comfortable.
Oh, season 3, he had this like red, or maybe 4, it's like a red sweater thing that he put his thumbs through.
Oh, that sounds cozy.
That was nice.
Was it Mount Weather or no?
No, Mount Weather was terrible.
Okay.
That was like the Stepford wife, like,
Oh, right.
polo shirt.
Right. Jared loved his time down there.
They thought we were going to be a romantic thing.
But
They thought
we were talking during his panel, they definitely hinted at Miller flirting with you. I think you might have been oblivious.
Oh, I knew.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's some fan fiction waiting to happen, and that probably already exists. I don't want to know, never mind. At what point did you realize they were going to pair you and Chelsea together?
Oh, yeah. Did anyone else feel like that happened too quickly? Like you didn't expect it? Yeah, so did we. We just got to script, like, what? Okay, it's like the end of season 2, we have a nice hug when
Right.
the weather gets free.
Right.
And then, like,
You come back to 3,
season
you're
3, right before I kill my mom, she, like, it's a really weird episode, too. Like, he loses his virginity, and then he kills his mom.
It was quite a day on the ground for you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Right. It was a day at first, and hopefully not lasts. One of the things that I think is beautiful about your character is, despite the fact that you were in a relationship on the show, your relationship with Jasper, I think a lot of shows don't handle male friendship as beautifully as this show did. What was your experience bringing your friendship, the ups and downs to life, working that whole time with him?
Well, the sad thing is, we filmed Jasper's death. He was killed off at the end of season 3. That's how season 3 was supposed to end. We filmed it. Jasper steals Monty's gun and shoots himself in the head all over the rover. And then Monty runs out and grabs him like platoon and starts like weeping. That's how it ends. And then the network was like, we can't do that. It's a horrible way. So they brought Kevin back. And then we killed him later in season 4. But yeah, it was good because the big line we wanted though was, he says, I love you to Jasper. It's the last thing. And they were debating cutting it. And I was begging Ian Cusick, who directed it, I said, please do not cut. I said, why would you cut that line?
Yeah.
It's like, just because it's male friendship. Yeah, so they didn't cut it.
That's good. I mean, that poignancy, I think we all cried. That death scene was quite powerful. I mean, you had a lot of trauma, the character, I would say. What was it like, not killing your mother, but like at least when you heard that you had a mother who was going to be on the show and that trajectory, what was your response when you opened the script and saw what you had to do?
When she showed up, or
When you had to kill her again?
Kind of knew.
Yeah.
Like when she showed up, I was like, she's gonna die. I didn't think she would die twice.
Right.
That was the one where we were like, oh, really? Because Donna was in Germany. I think I told some people this morning, she should go ahead, okay, Dad, I'm going to Germany on vacation. And then like 2 scripts later, I called her, I was like, Donna, you have to come back because you're not dead. But she was like, I'm on vacation, so I said, just stay in Germany. And so we filmed it when I was supposed to be looking at my mom. There's just a camera shutter with a piece of tape on it. That was my mom. And then she wasn't there, so it was like a guy off camera just going like, oh, Monty, I love you. So it was a day.
Yeah. So this show obviously had a lot of dark themes. Were you able to decompartmentalize at the end of the day and go home and leave the show behind? Because it's many seasons of trauma.
Yes.
Excellent, very healthy of you. I like it.
Yeah. You had to leave it behind.
Yes.
It's too much.
Yes. We have a microphone there, and we have plenty of time. I thought if you guys want to line up and ask Chris anything, we have plenty of time, so help yourself. We're chill here.
Hi, my name is Rachel. If you could pick to save either your show mom or Jasper, who would you save?
Oh. Good question. Brutal.
Oh, that's horrible. It's not because they were both bad. It hit me because I was like, oh, it's my mom. And then the whole fandom was like, your mom's terrible. And then Jasper was bad too. He like started a death cult. Oh, God. I think you have to get rid of Mom because of the City of Light, because that could have ended the show, whereas Jasper was just ending his cult.
Yeah. Good answer.
God, that's a horrible question.
Hi, not much of a question, but I just wanted to give you some acknowledgement of how you portrayed someone who saw their friend who's headed towards this downward spiral, doing everything you possibly could to prevent that, and the trauma. Personally, I think you shine the most, or you had the most to do in season 4 and season 5, portraying someone who went through that and how it affects you in season 5, and you try to give that meaning, his death meaning. and I just really appreciate you as an actor. It was amazing.
Oh, thanks so much, man. I appreciate that.
You know, we make fun of the show because it's been over, but like they think that they did a lot to bring mental health to the forefront in terms of, obviously it was a very unusual situation, post-apocalyptic, but I think that you and Devin really addressed it in a way I think was important for people and they could relate to.
Especially as a little foreshadowing of the times to come.
Yeah, the
How's everyone doing, by the way? This is really weird to be like here. It's like, I don't know. Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Is it nice to be around other people? And people who share your nerdery? Yeah. It feels
I
nice.
feel normal now. There was a point in like 2021. It was like March, right before the vaccine.
Yes.
You'll hear the new album. There's some recurring themes on it.
It's emo. We have some people at the mic, then I'll get back to you.
So hello, I'm a big fan of the Orville, and I did see you on the Orville, so I just wanted to ask you how you enjoyed that experience, and just give you a quick shout out for it, because it was wonderful. I hope they bring you back, because
That'd be cool.
I love the arc that they threw you into, so I just wanted to give you a quick...
Oh, just a bit of context. So Eliza did an episode of The Orville, playing like an alien doctor. And she called me last summer and was like, hey, they're looking for this robot. They fired the actor. They filmed it, but they fired the actor, so they need all the voice replaced.
Oh,
And she's like, Seth
fascinating.
MacFarlane can't find anyone. And they've looked like on 3 continents. And I was like, well, I'm not a voice actor. I can't.
Yeah.
But I made this thing, and she's like, yeah, come on in. The coolest part is that, like, I don't watch a lot of Family Guy. I get it. It's big. But the cool thing is his studio is in his house. So you just drive to his house
Whoa.
and record it with him. It was really like you're like masks with like 2 masks on. It was really weird. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm glad.
Yeah, no, it came across your face. I didn't know that you weren't actually acting in those scenes, so I was wondering if there was something with Eliza that brought you onto it, so that's really cool to know.
Yeah, she was the reason.
My sister and I were excited because we're both Orville fans and 100 fans, and so we were just like,
And
yes!
unlike Eliza, you'd have to sit in prosthetics for 5 hours.
Yeah,
You just show up in a booth and
Yeah.
just talk.
You're like, oh, Eliza, you wanted a robot. You thought of me because I'm a robot. Thank you. That worked out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I was just wondering, do you have any like really fun set memories or anything from any of the 100?
Devin used to freestyle. Like, he really liked freestyling. So like between takes, he wanted me to like beatbox while he would freestyle. And like every take, between takes. Has Bob had his panel yet?
No.
When he comes, someone asked him how he and I came up bringing someone back to life with CPR. We'll see if he remembers. But someone asked him, and I want to see if he remembers because it was disgusting.
Good story.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Is there now, or will there ever be Carrie Hatchett merch or hard copies of your albums?
I wish, man. I funded all myself.
Yeah,
It'd be cool to have like vinyl. The only copy I have is a fan made me a CD where she made like the jacket with the lyrics inside and like did all the design. It was so
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
How can I get in touch with them?
Oh man, I don't know, man. That'd be cool. I get too nervous though. I do worry though if it ever oh, would you ever want to do music professionally? But I'm like, no, because I think it would take the fun out of it, because then it would be a job.
Yeah.
So now it's just for me. I
Yeah.
have 100% like creative control, but
That's cool.
a record would be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just print like 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll get your info at the end. If I ever make them, I'll send you one.
Sweet
I
man.
promise.
Thanks.
Hi. So, 4 years removed from your last episode, and almost a decade removed from when you started all this, like, what's your just big takeaway or lasting memory from the show and just what it's meant to you, whether it's the show itself or your time on it?
Well, it's really like, when you come to these things, like look around, and you see how many people have followed this story that we thought we were going to get canceled every step of the way, like even after the pilot. So 7 years of a show later, you really feel it in these rooms, in these communal spaces. But the big takeaway for all of us is like we were pretty new, so like just financially, like I think we were all like waiters or working in hotels, and then we were able to like act for a living, like make money doing what we want to do. So that was huge. It got me out of a busboy job. So that was huge.
Alright. Well, I'm quite sure you're a better actor than a busboy. Just
I was
because-
pretty good at
that.
I learned that thing, you know, where you like balance with your pinky, you get like 4 plates. Anyway,
Thank you for that.
thank you, man. Thanks.
Now we're all gonna look next time we're at a restaurant, we're like, what are they doing under there? Yeah.
Okay, so kind of a two-part question. First one is, how did you feel like when you were filming that last scene, like Monty's message, when you were like old? And do you ever think, like, wish, or how do you think it would be if Monty had gone into cryo and come back and woken up and just been like this old guy with all of his friends?
Wow. Oh, wow. So he cryos himself as an old man, and then when they all open up, he just comes out. And
Yeah, because like he says at the end, he's like, I thought about putting myself into cryo, but then he's like, but without Harper, like, he didn't want to.
Oh, man. That would have been such a weird show. Imagine getting prosthetics for the next 2 years.
Grandpa Monty's
I don't
like,
think he would have
"Where's my
lasted
teeth?"
long. I'll say that.
I'm curious, you should ask Chelsea too, but it was
Okay.
a really weird day because we shot Bob and Eliza's coverage and Shannon's coverage first, and then that took 6 hours, then we had like lunch, and then filmed all of our stuff, and it's really weird to like watch yourself age in a mirror, like beyond the age that my parents are now,
Yeah.
to your eventual death. It's a very weird thing to see. Yeah, so we would like do 2 hours of stuff, run over, shoot it, and come back. It was like the longest, most challenging day ever, but I think it paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
It was-
happy with how it came out, so.
Yes. So sad.
Yeah.
I was like,
But like
really-
kind of satisfying though, like kind
Yes.
of hopeful.
Yeah.
That's like where I like all art to live, like really depressing with a little
little
hope at the
sliver,
end.
sliver of hope. Thank you.
No, thank you.
I have to ask, what did you think when you saw that they cast Shannon Cook? Because to me, he looked so much like the both of you together, you and Chelsea. Her personality and your looks, and just like that sparkle in your eye. What did you think of meeting Shannon?
We met him on set and we were like, holy shit, like we smashed our faces together. But then Chelsea's also like, oh, here's our replacement. She's the guy taking our job, all right, good luck, son.
When you first read the script, what was your reaction? Reading about how you two, perished together.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Because everyone else dies with like a tomahawk to the face. We get to grow old and have a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Space baby, cute.
Hi, my name's Jordan. I love Shannon, but I was wondering, what do you think would be different if Monty and Harper had a daughter instead of a son?
I haven't watched 6 or 7, so I have no idea what Jordan does.
The show would be different, I guess.
What does Jordan do?
He tries to keep the peace. He tries
Does
to
he
keep
do it?
the
Does he
He was
just
the moral
do it?
compass.
He makes friends.
Is that a no? How many people think Jordan keeps the peace? Okay, if they had a daughter, she probably would have kept the peace. That's true of us, So yeah, just more unity. Just all around. Guys are chaos.
Your son got to the ground and met a girl. He'd say no more.
She died, right? I didn't hear about that.
Indeed. Almost everyone did, really.
Thank you, Jordan. Sorry, that was a terrible answer.
Hello. So you are so articulate and have varied interests. If you could give a presentation like for 40 minutes without preparation, what would you talk about?
Wow.
A very random question. I apologize.
Well, it's tricky because I feel like I'm not like specialized in anything. So it'd be hard to like 40 minutes. I would do like, if I could include everybody, I'd get everybody's like existential thoughts. Like how do people believe that we got here and why are we here? And when we die, what happens? These keep me up at night, every night. So I'd be curious like what everybody's beliefs are, because I don't fucking know, so I'm just gray matter. But I am curious if people have like hardcore beliefs, like what they are.
Philosophy.
What would you do?
It's difficult, but I think I would talk about Pride and Prejudice nonstop and how I would do a reboot of the 2005 movie, but make it better.
Hired.
Who would be Mr. Darcy?
Okay, so I have a list of people I would I would
Not
think
Bob.
about. Unfortunately, he might be a little old, but like just because I mean Darcy's younger.
Who's your dream cast, though?
The only person I know I would cast is Joshua Henry as Mr. Bingley, because I love him and what he's done on Broadway. And I just think he's really talented and underrated. And I think he'd be a fantastic Bingley.
Love it.
Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice, if you haven't, but I know everyone's like, Jane Austen, but like really, it's a great.
So good.
So good.
Did you watch Fire Island on Hulu? It's a Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice and Zombies is excellent as well. Anything
Really good.
and zombies is pretty excellent.
I'm sorry, Jordan. Have a good day. No, she's done. She's got right.
She's done.
But quick plug, Louisa and I are doing that book of the month thing.
Yes.
So if any of you want to join in 10 days, it's Joan Gideon's Year of Magical Thinking.
You guys went big. You didn't start off small.
No.
No.
If you're looking for a book.
Yeah, Louisa's Instagram has all the book club details. Go ahead.
Hi, what's your view on method acting?
I think anyone's like method. Everyone's got a different way to get into it. It's, whatever works for you works for you. As long as it doesn't like hurt other people. Some people go method and like really
Jared
fuck
Leto?
others. Yeah, don't do that. If it affects someone negatively, then your method is shit. Just but whatever weird thing you have to do to get there, go for it. But just don't screw up other people. That's it. What's yours? Did you like Jared Leto before?
The fact he sent his castmates like dead rats. It's an unpopular opinion, but I kind of don't like him. Well, specifically the Joker. I preferred Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger.
Good choice.
Fair.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I was wondering what your thoughts were when you came back in season 6 in Clark's Mine.
It was very bittersweet. Because the writers called and were like, do you want to come back? And I was like, I don't know, because the ending was perfect. I was like, I don't want to soil that ending. But I talked to Eliza, and we're like, fuck it, let's do it. It's such a nice way to like reunite with the cast and the crew and like be in Vancouver again. So I'm really happy to have come back. Who's yelling?
They're probably doing some line management.
For Bob.
All right, so I'm actually in the book club with Louisa. I was going to ask you, what are your thoughts so far on the Year of Magical Thinking?
Well, someone pitched to me that it was a book about marriage, and I was like, oh, great. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's not, though. It's a book about the end of a marriage with the death of her husband. So it's really a memoir of grief and how to deal with a 40-year loss, which is great. I mean, it's very sad, but then, like, very poignant. And a lot, there are like hopeful bits of it. So I think that, yeah, give it a read if you can. What's really tragic, though, it's like a parallel story of the death of her husband and then her daughter, who's in like the ICU for months. And you find out her daughter died like a year later, and she wrote another memoir about that, which I'll probably read now.
It sounds about as uplifting as The 100.
Sorry, guys. Sorry to take the tone down.
I'm like, but I want to read it now. All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, see you at the end of the month.
Hello.
Hi.
So I just wanted to ask you, since talking about books, what would you say your top 3 book recommendations would be?
No pressure.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. No pressure.
That's a lot of pressure.
I started with top 5, and I was like, that's too much.
You can also think about it, come back to us at a different panel. You can give us 1 or 2, and if you go, oh, I had to pick
Yeah, I'll give one that I gave this morning, Cat's Cradle by Conageddon. And I'll explain really quick. How many of you are recently out of high school or college?
4 years count?
Sure. 10 years. 20 years. But I got really sick and tired of teachers telling me what to read, how to read it, how much I had to read it by, write this essay, so I just stopped reading for a long time, and I just sparked out and bullshit my essays. But then Kurt Vonnegut brought me back and made me fall in love with reading again. So Cat's Cradle is huge.
Nice.
Also Anne Carson, any poetry by Anne Carson. Decreation is a good place to start, but I know poetry isn't a really hot topic, but my favorite Canadian author.
Nice.
Awesome.
Good
Thank
question.
you.
Thanks.
Hi. So I know there's been all these intellectual questions. I have something really stupid.
Please do.
I was a huge fan of Monty and Jasper. If I could just get a high five, Monty Jasper style, I'd be really appreciated.
Do it really slow though, right?
Yeah. Nice. Good job. Has anyone ever stopped you on the street to ask you for that?
No.
Well, that's a shame. That's a shame. Missed opportunity.
Well done.
Hi, Chris.
I'm a...
Oops. I love your work.
Thanks.
Do you have a favorite candy?
Yes. Sour Patch Kids. I don't like chocolate, I like sour fruit. Oh, yeah.
Come on. Mom brought you candy. Come on, that's the cutest thing ever. Hi, Mom. Got your Larkin jersey on.
You know when you go to the movies as a kid, like now my taste buds have been like rocked by alcohol and cigarettes. But like, do you remember as a kid how strong these were? Oh. What's everyone's favorite color? Who's a green fan? Red. Red? Blue? Yellow? Orange. Wow. Thank you.
Are you a traditionalist? You like just, like there's so many different now sour candies. You like Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, original, OG.
Yeah, the blues are good.
Do you eat them with popcorn?
No.
Okay, because I put milk duds in my popcorn at the movie theater. It melts the chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay, just saying. I try not to want pizza, so. Yeah, it's okay, dude. Next question.
Hi, I'm Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
So you said you're an avid reader. Have you read the 100 books?
I think we read the first one during the pilot. They gave us all copies, and then we were like, where is everybody? It was like Clark and like what, Finn or something?
There are no Finns on the book.
Oh, okay. Devin and I were like, where are we? Where are Monty and Jasper? Do you like the books?
I like the books, but I have to separate it from the TV show because they're so not the same thing.
Spoiler, the Lark happens in the books. So there's that. You know what, you guys got Beliza. So hopefully that's some kind of Band-Aid. Thank you, good question.
This one.
Does anyone else have any questions? You can just raise your hand too. You know, where you go. Okay, yes, right in front. Did you take anything from the set?
No. No. I wanted like one of the bomber jackets.
Yeah.
But they like held on to it, so they like do inventory. I didn't want to get sued by Warner Brothers. Did I take anything? No.
Bummer.
Damn. Yeah, I should have.
Are you ever gonna watch the last 2 seasons?
Should I?
Maybe just not the penultimate episode. Maybe not the second to last ever episode.
I was with Bob when he found out he was going to die. We were having like pizza at his place. He's like, oh, new pages came in like on his iPhone. And he's like, oh. He's like, what's up there? He's like, oh, someone died. I was like, okay, all right.
And my wife's gonna shoot me. Anyway, pass the pizza.
Pizza was good though.
Pizza was good. Okay, good. Was it Aaron Ginsberg pizza?
No.
Okay. Infamously, Aaron Ginsberg makes his own pizza. His Instagram is like pizza porn.
I was curious if there was like a fun fact about Monty that you came up with that like we might not have seen on screen, or like ways that you sort of like any information about Monty that you came up with that you want to share.
Ooh, it's like tricky.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what? We'll come back to it. I didn't think about that.
You said you did theater, right?
Sometimes.
What's the biggest difference for you between acting in theater and acting in TV?
I think it's mostly, for me, it's technical. So like, I didn't do a lot of TV before the 100, so I didn't know what I was doing. So like, on stage, like this, you're taught always to kind of cheat out, right? You never want to be in profile because a performance isn't nearly as interesting as full on. So you're always trying to cheat even if it doesn't feel right. I don't have microphones, so I'm always having to project and use a lot of diction. Whereas on set, you can talk like this. So yeah, the technical of like, you have a microphone over your head and on your body, and there's a camera right there, and you have to find the lens to make sure you're on camera. You have to find your light to make sure your lit, hit your mark. I didn't know any of this coming in, so the education of like, technical stuff. Tazi says she wants to do plays, so I'm like, okay. I'm rehearsing one now, and I was like, you should just come by, because yeah, you'll learn a lot just by watching.
Is your play in LA right now? Is it gonna be open?
Yeah, it's called Revenge Porn. It's a about a middle-aged woman whose ex releases revenge porn.
And what is your role in this?
I play her younger lover.
Ooh, there you go. Okay, and when is that going to open in LA?
Mid-September.
In September?
It's only like 3 weeks run.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put people in LA, yeah, for sure.
My name's Anna, and I have a little bit of a personal question, so if you're
Oh,
uncomfortable,
okay.
if you don't want to answer, it is 100% fine.
No, it's a safe space.
But you just
100 strangers.
you got married this year, and I just celebrated my wedding anniversary, my 9th wedding anniversary, so I'm all in the happy, in love feelings. I wanted to know if you had like a moment where, with your wife, where you were like, I'm gonna be with this person forever.
Yes. So we write each other time capsule letters every New Year's Eve. You write it, you seal it, and then you can't open it for a year. And we've done this for 11 years. So every New Year's, we read through since 2011, every letter, and then read the new one. So that it takes us like hours now. So I knew, because we were sitting across from each other, and I had the letter, and I was like, okay, this is it. And I'll have a whole year to burn it if it doesn't work out. But I just wrote, Carla, will you marry me? But then pretended to keep writing to make it look like I was like still writing the letter. Sealed it, but I had a year if I was like, if shit goes down, I'm gonna rip the letter up and write a new one. So then the year came and I went, okay.
You just raised the bar, sorry dudes. I think you've got work to do. That's a pretty high bar. Yeah, nice.
Right. So last I heard you had a flip phone. Is that still a thing, or have you updated?
Did you bring it?
Well, I had to, it's my phone.
Oh my god, he still has a flip phone, you guys.
It's not like a thing, I don't know, the iPhone came out in 2007. How old was I? I was like 19. That's the time to get the iPhone, have it through your 20s. I'm almost 35,
You actually like texting on that thing?
No, I don't text. My friends all email, because they know they'll never get
Oh,
it.
you use the phone just to call people?
Yeah, just
What's that like?
Yeah, just old-fashioned calls. There's no
Wow.
calls, no internet.
Okay. So if your wife has an emergency, she has to email you or call you?
Just call.
Okay, just checking. I like it, old school. Nice.
Backtrack. I can't think of anything specifically. Just the nut. You know when Jasper and Monty steal the Joby nuts? Yeah. And when we're high, they want us to be like too high. There's Devin comes into the camera and like this, like, what are you doing? And I give him this like wink and I pop it. And they're like, no, too much, but they just kept doing it, so they had to use it. That's it.
Yeah, I love it.
Go ahead.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
I was wondering, when did you realize that the 100 was going to be a big show, a big success?
Season like 4? No, no one was really like watching it. It was all like Fringe and then maybe some Netflix.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it got renewed, season 2, season 3, season 4, so you obviously realized there was going to be more than just a pilot.
Yeah, I think by 4 though we were like, oh, people are watching like globally. It's not just like a US audience, it's like, oh, we have people in Europe and like Brazil. And once you find out like it's a global thing, like, oh, okay. It's a universal story instead of just a little thing. Yeah, it seemed like season 4 maybe. We were really late. We called ourselves the little train that they could because I don't think anyone else thought.
I would argue that season 3 is when the show really got into zeitgeist in pop culture.
Oh, right, because of Lincoln and Clexa and the end of Clexa. And
there you go.
That's true. Yeah, season 3.
It's a bit rushed. Anyway, next question.
Sorry if any of you were bored. It'll be over soon.
No one is bored. You're riveting.
Hi, Chris. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. My name's Tim, by the way.
Hi, Tim.
How are you?
Good.
I was gonna ask a question. Do you hang out with your best friend Jasper after the show?
We do. And it's hard too when any show ends. We're like circus people. We all jump to the next gig. But yeah, Dan and I make songs together still. Yeah, and now he's dating someone.
Oh.
So we write her songs. And he takes all the credit.
See you later.
Again, raising the bar on relationships and friendships. No pressure.
Hi.
Hi, I didn't have a question. I just wanted to say hi.
Oh.
My name's Alia.
Hi, are you from Boston?
No, I'm from Pennsylvania.
Where in Pennsylvania?
Waynesboro, Chambersburg area.
Oh, I don't know. Are you closer to Philly or Pittsburgh?
I Oh, yeah, we just moved there.
Nice. No, thank you for saying hi. Come say hi later at the thing. I feel like the tables are much more like personal. You can like really hash it out. Thanks.
I actually have a trivia question from season 1. Do you remember where you hid the weed on the ark? Where did Monty and Jasper hide the weed on the ark?
What?
It was actually not. So it happened in season 1, but we didn't see it until later
I'm
season.
gonna be fast with floorboards.
Yes, flash forward. Behind the wall in Monty's room in Farm Station. That's where you hid your weed. FYI. You remember?
No.
Okay.
It's been like 10 years.
I know. You were infamous, your character was infamous for making alcohol for everybody, and then green goop later on the ship. What was in the cups for Monty's moonshine?
I don't know because Monty never drank it.
Oh, you just made it.
Jasper's the one like passing it
You were
out.
like a distributor.
Well, moonshine is clear, so I assume it's like water.
Right.
The green goop though was like naked green juice
Oh.
with like chunks of apple puree. It was disgusting.
Better than people cubes.
It could have been worse.
You could have been worse. Yeah, you could have been with Blood Reina. So.
What were the people?
Apparently they were gelatinous, Jared. They were like Metamucil. Yeah. With peanuts. Yummy. People cubes. Yeah. What would happen to Monty if Monty was down there instead of up on the ship? If he was locked in the bunker?
We would have like elevated it. We were talking about this earlier. It's like they were like, why are there people cubes? And we're like, well, in space they eat cubes. So like, let's model it after the kind of form of food. I think Monty would have like elevated it.
He would have added a sauce.
Come in like Tom Colicchio.
Oh yeah, that was some flair.
Yeah, a little flair, a little, what's that thing that you flambe, that little torch?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Torch the cubes, so you get a little sear on the outside, a light little sear. Maybe a hard sear, so it's a little crisp to give it some texture.
There's definitely a crispy grounder joke in there waiting to happen, yes. Well, you know, you guys, that is our time. Let's thank Chris Larkin.
Don't get too much. And hydrate. Don't get.
The girls' panel will start whenever they get here. And then we will be done. Mike, we need some more chairs for the